Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I do want to show you very shortly why I prefer crocheting the panels instead of sewing them, especially when I crochet panels or projects that have lace patterns. In this case I have this lace pattern that it is worked with thread, which is kind of like when you have the pattern, it is really thin. So if you see the ends of this lace pattern, they are like really thin. So when I need to connect two panels, so in my case this is the back panel and this is the front panel, so I have to connect them over here at the shoulders, and I do prefer the crocheting of these two panels together instead of sewing. And the reason why is as follows. So let me show you an example of how it will be if you sew them. So let me just start. I would sew it like this, like in and out, because I think like that I can actually grab all the stitches one by one. So I'm just going to grab the stitches one side together with the other side panel, right? So the stitches are going from here to grab the other stitches. But this is the thing, because we have very little to grab into it, because you see here, then on top we have a really very little to grab with one another. So yeah, let me continue just doing that, then I will show you how it looks like if I'm sewing all the stitches. I mean, this is something that you are free to do it. Nobody is saying that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. It's just that in my case, I don't feel I want to do this kind of sewing. It's not really safe, and yeah, I would prefer to crochet. So yeah, I did already some of it, and if I open up, it will look like this. It's not bad. It is an option, sewing. It will look like this. But comparing with the crochet side, I feel that if we crochet, it is actually very neat. You see here, this is all crocheted. So when you open up, it looks very neat. And then comparing with the sewn one, it is like this. So here is the sewn one and here is the crocheted one. Here, where you see these two diamonds getting together. I feel that both can be used, of course. I'm not saying you shouldn't do this. It's just that I feel if you have a little bit more time in your hands, you should probably go for the crocheting, because I feel it is more neat, it is more pretty, and this is the sewing, it is a little bit more floppy, I feel. So this is one of the reasons that I do it. But of course you can do it, crochet it or sew it. It's up to you. So for all of you who are actually interested on learning how to crochet, then I am just going to show you very shortly. So as for all of you who actually want to connect the pieces with a crocheting, what I usually do is when I come at the end of the front panel, I don't usually cut the thread. I will just leave it like that. And first I am going to line up all the stitches. So the first stitch corresponds, the stitches, because I want the first stitch to correspond to the first stitch. In my case, these little squares. So I want the first little square to correspond with the first little square of this panel, and then the last little square of the front panel to correspond with the last little square of the back panel. So I'm going to first line them, and I'm going to actually put a marker, so then I would have them flat. Now it's more neat, right? So next, what I'm going to do, I am going to grab the stitch. So now I am going to crochet these stitches with the back one by connecting them, and I am going to do that by working this way. So for me to work this way, I actually have to turn my panels like this, so then I can work them. So the first important thing is to connect. So insert the hook at the here, right here at the corner where I have the first square, yarn over and pull through, and then I have 2 loops, and I'm just going to do 1 single crochet. And I am going to go now and grab, if you see here at the first square, I'm going to insert the hook where I have this double crochet here, insert the hook over there, and then again in the back panel, in the next panel, I will grab the same thing, the same double crochet. So this one, this double crochet here, corresponds with this double crochet over here, so with the corresponding double crochet. So I will insert it in the back as well, in the other panel as well. So now I have 2 panels in the hook, and I have the right the right stitches, because they need to match. The stitches that you grab on this panel have to be the same stitches, corresponding stitches in the other panel. And then I'm just going to do 1 single crochet, pull through and pull through. Then the next one, I have the second square. I'm not going to grab the double crochet here, but I am going to insert the hook in the hole, and then in the hole of the second square on the other panel as well. So here just an empty single crochet. And then the next one, I'm just going to grab the double crochet of the second square, and then the double crochet of the second square of the other panel, and insert the hook. So I'm grabbing this 2, and then single crochet. And that is the pattern what I do. 1 time single crochet in the hole, 1 time single crochet in the double crochet. So just keep doing that. And yeah, it is looking like this. And time after time, you continue checking if the squares are aligned, or if you are maybe working the squares a little too tight or is too roughly. If you see that they are not aligning, then go back. So yeah, this was pretty easy. So let me continue. And I would, just as I told you, I will do single crochets 1 time in the hole, 1 time here at the double crochet until the end. It is pretty easy, I guess. So I see that everything is aligned, because when I arrived here at the pattern with 1 set of 4 double crochets, actually I have the same on the other side. I have the 1 set of 4 double. So the diamond, the top of the diamond, it is lining perfectly. So I will just do that until the end. So yeah, you guys, here it is. I finished until the end, and yeah, in the inside it will look raised like this, but this is in the inside. And once you wash it, and maybe I am planning also to iron it, this will flatten even more. So I don't mind even if it's not flat, but this is how it looks on the front. It looks really neat. I feel it's neat. It is, yeah, it is not, I would not be worried that it will, the line will break and everything will open up like a big hole. So that's why I feel that this is even safer and neater, if one can say so. Yeah, you guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this short tutorial, and I hope this was helpful for you for your mesh projects. So yeah, I will see you on my next one. Bye!